Hello, everyone. We're the Continuity Crew. I'm Will.
I'm
That's Win, and we're back with another episode of the Big Feature Film Review, where we're going to talk about, or I guess, a movie for the second time, since it's being re-released. We're talking about Spider-Man.
our reissued review.
Yeah, No Way Home. The more fun stuff, I believe it's called.
Is that what it is? Really?
Yeah,
It's only like 10 minutes.
yeah.
Why? What do you mean?
It's more fun. I mean, it was getting some chuckles in the theater. I mean, even you were laughing when, so that says something.
I don't even remember what I laughed at. That's
But
how memorable it is.
so it's No Way Home, but it's the extended version. I believe it's 11 minutes of new footage. It may have been less
Just
or
10. Just 10.
just 10. But we're gonna talk about it. You already know who's in it. Spoiler. Who gives a shit? It's been like 6
I
months.
mean, they even spoil it for them. Like, thank you guys for coming.
Oh yeah,
back.
yeah. Or I was thinking about that. What if this is someone's first time seeing this movie?
Oh, they're. They see that and they're like, what?
They're like, oh, they must just be doing like a special things. They're the other Spider-Man, and then they come in. What? I think you just want to talk about what they added, what we thought about it. Not really rehash. I mean, we'll give our ratings.
No, how did it feel this time around for you?
I still loved it.
Okay.
So that the day we went and saw it, which was yesterday as of filming this, I went and saw Jaws because that's back in theaters, which is my favorite movie. Loved it to death. I was already like in an emotional state because I got to see that in theaters for the first time. But
It's
going
not
to
the same, Will. It's
yeah,
not like
you're right. But going to see Spider-Man, that was my 9th time seeing it in theaters, and it's just as good as the first time. I'm maybe not the first time because you have like 100 people all cheering, but the moments still just like get me all happy and shaky, and I love it. I think it's still just the biggest moment in the MCU since Endgame, and I
think this was my second time watching it.
yeah.
Yeah, no lie, because like so I wanted to rent the movie again to kind of look back and like, okay, what did they add?
Yeah.
And to put notes out. But I realized I bought the movie whenever it came out for digital, and I never watched it.
Yeah, I remember you told me you bought it. I thought you would have watched it again.
No, I didn't. And this was me watching
I get
that
that.
again. It was like the third time, but that when we saw the reissued, it was the second time. And I also watched a review on it. I still kind of feel the same way about it, except this time they fixed a lot of things, like some of the VFX and
yeah, it did look better. It was definitely. I feel like it looked less Sony.
it looked less rushed.
Yes, yeah. It looked. I will say it's crazy to think that's even some of the VFX to me have kind of aged already, or maybe that was just my blindness.
No, I get it.
Of like, I mean, I guess it's almost been a year. But coming up on it, but it's crazy to think that in a year that some of this stuff is already like, okay, I mean, it's all right. I mean, that's how I think about a lot of these Marvel movies recently. You watch them, it's like this doesn't necessarily hold up. I mean, you look, except maybe some of the earlier ones, like I still think Iron Man and even the Incredible Hulk kind of hold up. Incredible Hulk less of an extent. I
don't ever remember seeing anybody talk about the VFX for like Sandman or Lizard, and I remember talking about it with you guys. I just remember thinking like, I don't think they actually did anything new. I think they just reused the older shit.
And they even did that with some of Toby's stuff. Like, but the VFX looked better in this, like you were saying. But
there really isn't a lot they added into the movie. I kind of wrote down some, but they didn't do much.
No, it wasn't anything to extend the plot in any way.
It added context for some scenes.
Yes.
For some jokes even.
Yeah, and even some of it, I was like, I see why they cut it. Honestly, everything, I see why they cut it out. Because it did even feel out of place. Whether that was just edited weird, like with this extended version, but it just felt like, this could have just been left out.
No, it just ruined the pacing.
Yes.
If they kept that in the first time. They did rearrange some scenes, but only like a couple. And that was with almost the first act where Aunt May found out about the news thing. There were like, J. Jonah Jameson was like yelling, and there was this like news and stuff like that. They rearranged some of that stuff, and then they added the comedic scenes.
Which was most of this.
Which is basically.
almost all of it was just comedic stuff.
So they didn't really add any importance to the movie or even further it.
The only thing I would say that, and it's still comedic, is the 3 Spider-Men talking. It kind of adds more. It gives them more depth, which I do enjoy to have.
Oh yeah, they did do that.
They had a longer talking like thing with them, which I did like that, because I mean we could watch that for like 3 hours.
The holes was I think that was the most prevalent thing that they came out with. It was just that comment.
I want to see your holes.
Yeah, that was probably, I think that was the thing that stood out the most, aside from Betty Brant's.
Yeah, I did like interview. That. I feel like that could have been well, one of them was a post-credit scene.
Yeah,
I could see that. I'm surprised they none of this is on the DVD or digital stuff. This was all held. I wonder if this is ever going to be put out on. Is there going to be a more fun stuff like digital and DVD and stuff, or is this it? It'd be pretty cool if this was it, just because it's only in theaters. That's the only time you're going to get to see it. I mean, it'll be on YouTube or something. I think
what they release in like Blu-ray and stuff like that is like the actual deleted scenes. This was just like, okay, we just need to
trim it down a bit. Marvel's like, you can do 2.5 hours, but 240,
Yeah, this was about 240s, 2 hours and 40 minutes, and the previous one was like 230. Yes. So they didn't really add much into the movie aside from make it funny, and I still kind of feel the same way where it felt rushed, except this time it felt more chill.
It did. I think it's because we went in and we honestly had everything spoiled for us.
Yeah.
But it was still like, well, we're going in, let's see what happens. And we both went into our first showing of like, we're not gonna expect anything. But if it happens,
cool, Also, the pacing was a little bit more chill.
It did,
because like in the first run, it felt like stress. You're just like watching this, like, when is this gonna happen? When is this? Yeah, it's. I kind of like this time, the second time around.
This is kind of our retrospective, I guess. On No Way Home.
5 more minutes of the interrogation stuff.
That was good.
That was cool.
I was hoping for Daredevil, because I heard there was an extra Daredevil scene. I was hoping that scene was going to be with the interrogation stuff. And it's not even an extra Daredevil scene. It's an extra Matt Murdock scene.
It is. Yeah, I was about to say. It's they had one Daredevil scene and we've already seen it. So, I mean, DODC, the Department of Damage Control, could have had something on Matt Murdock since they're so on hand with everything. Yeah. But I guess they couldn't figure out Miss Marvel, so what the are they doing?
Well, speaking of Daredevil, I think this week is the Daredevil episode for She-Hulk. So
yeah, this movie, this kind of sparked me more questions. Like, what are they gonna do about Ned Leeds with the magic stuff?
Just everything with Spider-Man, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Because next we have, I believe, is Madam Web. And that looks like it's going to be a prequel, which is really interesting. I do really like.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be like 2004s or something.
Yeah, like and I really like that idea, like a young Aunt May and young Uncle Ben. That's cool. But I'm interested to see like there's so many unanswered questions that I'm scared will never get answered.
Probably not.
Just because it's Sony and Marvel, Disney, all that stuff.
It's a big mess.
I like Venom or the other Spider-Man, because I'm sure they want to do more with these characters. But like what
and Morbius and Vulture.
Yeah. Well, when's that gonna happen? If ever, is just kind of the big question for me. So
yeah, Spider-Man, if you want to go watch it. How long is it supposed to be in theaters for?
If it makes money, it'll be in there for a while.
Okay, I was gonna say it's probably gonna be there for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, let me see if I can.
Because that's a lot of money to throw away if they're just gonna keep it that long and not make money. So is this a new thing that Sony's gonna do nowadays? They're just gonna reissue shit. Maybe. Like, well, this is the second one, with Morbius being the first one.
Oh yeah, well, Morbius was for the memes. It looks like it's only gonna be in there for like a week or two, unless they add
more showings. Yeah. Spider-Man No Way Home, we're probably gonna change. You're probably not gonna change your.
What was our original rating?
I have no idea. I didn't get that far into watching our review. I think mine was probably around a 5 or 6, because that feels about right.
So you gave it a 5 critically and a 6.5 entertainment wise.
Yeah.
I gave it a 7.5 critically and entertainment 10.
10.
I would just dock half a point off mine. I still give it a 7 keep the entertainment the same. I mean, I was thoroughly entertained this time too.
Wait, yeah, which one are you taking out away from?
Critical.
Oh, half?
7.
Okay.
Yeah, just a 7.
Okay. I was going to say, I'll probably give this one maybe about just 5.5.
5.5. I did really enjoy it. I would recommend it. If you liked it, it's been a while, go see it. That's something I did like. I haven't watched this movie in 6-7 months, so that was nice to see it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think the only reason I'm giving this 5.5 is because it feels refreshed. Yes. It actually feels like they've worked on it for a little bit. There were things that they still missed, but yeah, it feels like I feel should have been the time they released the movie. Yes, around summer.
It's just the dead,
and that's this is the
dead period for
I wouldn't say dead period, but around maybe the beginning of summer. But then that would, I did mention that in our first review where I think they should have released it further out. But I did say year. I would say maybe like now would be a really good time around this time, around summertime.
I highly recommend it if you like the
half a point for entertainment for me. Yeah, so it would be what a 7.5.
I lost it, but like a 7. Yeah. But yeah. Any final thoughts for Spider-Man No Way Home, the more fun stuff?
This was a little bit more fun. That's very true. I like Hannibal Buress.
Hannibal Buress, yeah.
Yeah. Climb.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That scene in particular doesn't make much sense.
No, it doesn't.
Because he's the Mysterio like conspiracy guy, and then he's like, climb.
Do it.
Come on, do it. Come on, do it. But besides that, that's our retrospective review, I guess, for Spider-Man No Way Home. It holds up for now, so we'll see.
Holds up for now. We'll see how Sony fucks it up.
I mean, yeah. Well, I just mean, I think there's some Marvel movies I'll rewatch and I was like, this wasn't as good as I remember it, or it's like this is better than I remember. Like one that was better was like the first Captain America, because I hated that movie when it came out, and now I have a big appreciation for it because that movie sets up a lot of stuff that we get way down the line. Subscribe for more reviews like this one. But anyways, we're the Continuity Crew. Thank you for watching our big feature film review. We love movies. Again. We love y'all. Will win.
The cultural thing about that
movie
was great.
Subscribe.
That show was just ass.
Bye.
Just so bad.